You can now control multiple realistic, consistent characters, position them anywhere you want, adjust their emotions to your liking, use a placeholder to adjust your character's position, and even reposition parts of the body. You can achieve this by effectively using design's powerful AI tools. In this video, I'll teach you everything I just mentioned, including the shots where we burst through a tunnel, plus 2 ways to create a consistent AI character. One fast 2-click method and one more advanced method using a full consistent AI character sheet. Let's start by training our character. I'll click on New Project, add my project name here, select 16:9, you can change this later if you want, and hit Apply. Then I'll click on the character icon and select Build Your Character. There are 2 main options here. The one on the right allows you to train your character using photos of yourself or AI-generated images. I discovered a great way to use design's built-in tools to create a character, which I'll explain at the end of the video. First, let's dive into how you can easily generate a character. I'll start by clicking here to give my character a name, then add my prompt. I created this prompt using ChatGPT, and I've linked it in the video's description. All you need to do is choose a style and replace character type with your own idea, like blonde woman or Asian girl. Now, I'll click here to choose a style. As you can see, there are plenty of options to pick from. For a realistic, consistent character, I recommend using the Design Realistic V2 or Design General model, both specially designed for realistic, consistent character training. I'll select the General model, add the word Tutorial to the character name, and hit Generate. You can click the plus icon to take a closer look. If you're not happy with the result, click Regenerate to create a new one. I really like the close-ups, so I'll click the image to select it and then hit Generate to start training. Now the character is ready, and you can begin creating images by clicking here. Before that, let me show you how to train your own images if you already have them. This time, I'll select Start with Images. You can drag your images here, ideally sized at 1024 by 1024 or 768 by 1024. I'll enter my name and hit Start Training. Now the real fun begins because having a consistent character unlocks all the powerful tools inside the Character tab. I'll start by explaining the basics so you understand how it works, then show you how to create the more complex shots from the intro. In the Character tab, go to Manage Your Characters. Here, we can see my Lenny Blonde character, the Emma CS, which I trained using 15 images from the character sheet, and the Emma tutorial we just made. I'll rename this to Emma by clicking here. When we compare them side by side, both consistent characters look great in terms of quality. But like with most AI models, the further the face is from the camera, the more it tends to lose detail. Later, I'll show you how to fix that using the Face Swap tool. Since I always aim for the best quality, I'll use the Emma model trained on 15 images, though I'm honestly impressed by the quality of the faster model too. To do this, I'll click on Generate Images, select Emma CS, and start creating images. First, I'll paste the text-to-image prompt I used before into the character description. The next prompt box is designed specifically for describing the character's action and scenery. The real game changer here is the camera tool. I can now select front view for the face direction and upper body for the shot type. Trust me, this is incredibly powerful. We've written over 30 pages about mastering. Hitting the exact shot type you want is often much harder than it looks. I'll hit Generate to create the image. In Design, new images appear here on the right side instead of directly on the canvas. Hovering over them gives you a quick preview, and the options below let you jump straight into various tools. For example, clicking on number 2 under the AI Video tab takes you directly into the AI Video tool with that specific image. All these tools and more can also be accessed from the menu on the left side of the interface. Before we proceed, I'll show you how to create an image using the full potential of the camera tool. First, I'll add my second consistent character to the scene. I'll choose this image and double-click to add it to the canvas. Then, I'll select the character option again and choose Insert Character. I'll select Lenny Blonde, add this to the action prompt box, and set the camera to front view and upper body. To insert our second character, we need to select it. I'll use the brush tool for that. To preserve Emma's arm position, I'll carefully select only the male character. You could paint over her arm too, but that might cause changes, like the arm ending up behind the male character. Then I'll hit generate. Now I have 4 images. We'll fix the blurriness in a second, but first I'll double click on the image to add it to the canvas. Then I'll head over to the Enhance and Upscale tab and select option 3 by clicking on it. After testing various settings, here's what worked well for me. In some cases, using default with strength set to light gave good results, but most of the time, portrait with standard settings worked best. With this final step, the image is now ready for video creation, which I'll show you later. For even more consistent results, consider face swapping the female character as well before enhancing the image. Alright, time to deliver on that promise and show you the power of the camera tool. Plus a second technique I figured out myself for even more control when placing your consistent character. To show how powerful the camera tool really is, let's start by looking at the results from the prompt, kneeling down to propose without using the camera tool. When I select right view and choose full body or wide shot in the camera tool, we get these results. And that's a massive improvement. Now let's dive into my custom techniques. First, I'll show you how to place the character exactly where we want. For this, I'll use 2 layers, which you can upload by clicking here. I'll also add my placeholder image to the canvas. By clicking on the Layers tab, you can view and adjust the order if needed. Then, I'll position everything correctly and use the same insert character techniques as shown before to place Emma into the shot. This is mostly about how the AI listens to the output of the mask, so now you can simply draw over the arm and insert the new arm prompt to adjust its position. Next, I'll show you how to place the character. First, I'll use the AI Eraser tool to remove the old one. This way, you can easily reposition the arm. We can also remove this hand, since it looks a bit unnatural, or use the hand repair tool to keep it in. Another amazing tool is the Expression tool, which allows you to adjust all facial features: eye position, eyebrows, mouth openness, smile, and even the angle of the head. Now let's create the consistent character sheet, and then I'll walk you through how I built the intro shots and used the right prompts to turn them into cinematic AI videos. In the character editor, I'll select Generate Images. Emma is still selected, and I'll use this scene description. I'll select a 1:1 aspect ratio. Now the real fun starts. We can select left view and close up, then hit Generate. We can see the created images here, and they're perfect for my consistent character sheet. There are many options for what you can do with it. I'll click on Enhance. I've tried various upscale settings, but I got the best results when I set it to Enhance, Portrait, and left it on Creative. Now we can click here to compare it with the original, and I'm really pleased with the results. You can use back, front, side views, close-ups, and upper body angles to create even more shots. For the full body shot, I've got a little trick. I'll select front view and full body, then add with arms spread wide open in a dynamic pose to the action and scene prompt box. I'll set the aspect ratio to 9:16. Now you can repeat the enhancement process and upload all the images into the character training tool as shown earlier in the tutorial. And you're good to go. Before jumping into the video tab, let me show you how I created the flying images. I started in the text to image tab and used this prompt. Feel free to pause the video to read it fully to generate this image. For the other shot, I simply added with dust and debris to the prompt. Then I applied the face swap, insert character, and enhancement techniques I showed earlier. Once that's done, you can click here on the AI Video tab to jump straight into video creation with your created images. Here, I used the Kling 1.6 model. A quick side note from the design team, Kling 2.0 will be added soon. Then I used this prompt and tested variations between the camera remains fixed and the camera flies slowly backwards. I set the imagination to 0.3, which really helps keep the characters consistent. The higher you go, the wider your shot becomes, but you also lose consistency in your characters. I want to thank It's 15 for helping me with the prompts for both the images and the image to video transitions. I also created a few shots using Kling 2.0. They're more creative but a bit less consistent due to the dynamic motion. Still, I absolutely love all of these shots. For the road scene, I used the prompt. A couple is standing on a lonely road. The camera zooms in on the woman's eyes. I also tried it without a prompt, which gave me this result. I just really love AI and I can't stop creating. The link to design is in the description. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing for more awesome AI images and video content.